Horowitz, and welcome to a Google Hangout for the cast and creator of the host opening March 29th. Here they are, the whole host gang. Hey guys.
Hi.
Thanks for being with us today. For the next 30-40 minutes, we're going to be talking all things the host. I've got some questions. People have been tweeting in their questions to the hashtag #TheHostLive. So those are going to be the really good questions. My questions will be the warm-up act, but then we'll get to the good stuff. And we're just going to revel in this big romance, sci-fi. It's got something for everybody. Damn it, the host. So congratulations on this one. So what's the feeling, first of all? You guys have been through, I visited you guys on set. I saw this sort of in its infancy. What's the feeling right now? Is it relief, excitement on the eve of this film opening on Friday? What are you guys feeling right now? Stephenie, this is your baby.
Exhaustion right now, but I'm excited. It's weird because we've seen it a lot, and like it feels, I don't know, how long have we been doing screenings? Like it's been out for a while,
right? But
nobody's seen it yet, and so I don't know. I'm excited for people to be able to talk to me about it and not have to be like, oh, I don't want to ruin it.
Right. So what have you guys? I mean, you learn about each other in the course of filming a movie, obviously. But what do you learn from the press tour? Have you learned anything new about each other in the course of actually traveling the globe? Diane has something.
No, not from each other, but I feel like for me, it's been an amazing experience to meet the fans, and I really mean that because I've never been part of such a, big phenomena that comes with Stephenie. And we did this poster signing at a mall recently, and thousands of people showed up. And I've never met this many people in an entire day. I've had 1,000, small talk conversations with people, and it was really neat to see.
So what's the difference in, because obviously you all have been in big movies. I mean, Inglourious Basterds was a great movie, but it has a different kind of fandom around it. This thing has an intensity, as you say, like the fans that loved Stephenie's book are so pumped for this film. And what do you notice in the way that they approach you that's different than a fan of your other work?
I got a lot of presents. I got asked out on a date. I'm totally ready for teenage boys to be my new fan base. Totally. It's really neat because obviously they love the book, and I feel like they loved us because we were like the embodiment of their fantasy and their imagination, so they sort of welcomed us
to their... for you.
Let's keep it clean, guys. Come on. So, Saoirse, you obviously play Melanie and the Wanderer, all embodied in one acting vessel in front of me. So she's like getting into character right now. So what was the most exciting challenge of a role like this or roles like this? What was the selling point in signing on to this?
Well, I mean, the selling point really was that I would get to play two different characters, and I think what comes with that is getting to really take what Stephenie has written and what Andrew has written and create something out of that yourself as an actor. And to play two different characters, really they need to be able to bounce off each other through these strong character through the strong character that they both have,
Sure.
So I was able to do that through their accents being different and their physicality, the way they walked, the way they held themselves, even the way they spoke was slightly different, and so to be able to do that and have them really bounce off each other the whole way through and kind of come to love each other and have a sort of sisterhood was lovely for me.
Max, let's talk a little bit about your character, because I mean, all these relationships that we see in the film, they have to obviously feel lived in. Their backstories between your two characters, obviously. I remember talking to you about the auditions, which were so important in terms of figuring out if there was chemistry. Yeah. But was that difficult to, like, the first day on set, be where you had to be with Saoirse and have that kind of backstory of this past love affair, and have that realized on the first day?
Well, I'm going to talk about you. Like,
okay.
Not here for a second.
Just close your...
Saoirse made it really easy. I mean, going back to the audition year, I got terribly nervous and forgot my lines a huge amount of times. But once I got past that, it was just sort of, it felt effortless. Forgive me, I think Saoirse, she's an incredibly emotionally intelligent actress. So it was very easy, and it felt informed from day one.
Jake, do you feel any, is there any rivalry whatsoever with Max? Because it's kind of a love triangle, square, whatever you want to call it. Quartet, thank you.
Someone else came up with that, not us.
Smarter than me.
Yes.
It's big words.
Yes.
Did it feel like, I mean, you guys obviously get along really well. Are you method? Do you feel like you have to hate him on set? Do you have to have a rivalry?
No, not this time around.
Because it came so easily, so it was like you didn't even have to try.
I think we found that, like, the closer friends you can come with somebody off of set, the more of a bastard you can be with each other on set.
Right.
Just trust each other, and you can really go for it. So, no, we weren't glaring at each other from across the cave.
And I think that really helped with the romantic relationships that, you know, the three of us, it's weird, the three of us, 4 of us, 6, whatever. The fact that we all did get on so well, and everyone got on well on set as well. I mean, not just us, but the crew and everyone was brilliant. So to have that kind of camaraderie from the start, really, it really made it a lot more relaxing for all of us, I think.
Totally. So let's start to go to some questions. Please continue to tweet us your questions with the hashtag #TheHostLive. Here's one from Tara. The question is, were there any difficulties when it came to the stunts? There's a fair amount of stunt work in this. You obviously have seen you in Hannah, so you know your way around stunts, Saoirse. What was the most challenging of the stunt work for any of you?
I mean, I don't feel like I had that many stunts to do, really.
You have to jump out.
I jumped off a balcony, but I was on a harness. But then what was funny about that is that the day that we were doing that stunt, Maria Mantia, the second AD, brought me out, and she said, you know, you can do it if you want to. You can do the stunt if you want to. You'll be in a harness. You'll be completely safe. But if you don't want to do it, it's fine. We'll get the stunty to do it, and we'll shoot it up until you jump off. You know. I said, no, I'll do it. You know, I want to do the stunt myself. And it just means that you can cover it for longer if it's the same person doing it. So I said, no, I'll do it. And she said, okay, great, because everyone bet that you wouldn't do it except for me. So because I did it, she got like $40 out of it.
I'm just happy I heard you say the word harness twice, because the way you say that word makes it awesome. Let's see. How about this? What was the hardest scene to shoot? This is from Julie. So I mean, this can be physically or emotionally, whatever. I mean, what was the scene that you circled on the schedule that was like, okay, this is going to be a tough day?
You don't always know. I think one of the hardest I watched was Saoirse walking through a dust storm with those contacts in, and just knowing that she had, you know, it was actually, everybody felt really bad. Eventually we stuck her in her trailer. And so
I still had to do it though, didn't I?
We all felt bad, but here you go.
You know,
that was some rough stuff she had to do.
So let's talk about because the two of you, Diane and Saoirse, you had to deal with those contacts, yes? I mean, and I visited you guys in Albuquerque. It was quite dusty. Scale of 1 to 10, how difficult, painful, arduous was that aspect of it?
It wasn't fun, right? I mean, also you had no lateral vision in them. So at night you were pretty much blind, and I had to drive a shiny chrome Lotus with those lenses in, and that was totally dangerous and crazy.
Now, we should talk about your character, obviously the seeker who's in hot pursuit of Saoirse's character. The look of this film, the design of the cars, of the costumes is so distinct, so cool. Andrew Nichols, the director, who also did Gattaca. So did you know, was that kind of design scheme in place before you signed on? Like, was that part of it a surprise?
It was a total surprise. You know, one of the things I love about Andrew is he has a very strong opinion. He's very aesthetic. You know, his world is very distinct, and I really feel like he created this this world for us, and he sort of handed our characters on a silver platter, really, because just by wearing white and trying to keep clean, that already, and you know, was part of my character. I had to walk very properly and speak very properly, and you know, great posture, and that's sort of what I thought the aliens would be like, since they're perfect, right? And so it was all right there.
Another question from Don't Stop Me Now. That's not my Twitter handle, it's someone else. Who's your favorite character from the book? It doesn't have to be your own. Or Stephenie, can you have a favorite? Is that tough?
It's tough. And, you know, they're kind of all your kids. It's hard, too, because, I mean, in some ways you love Wanda best because she's your narrator, you're the closest to her, but then Uncle Jeb's kind of awesome. And, you know, I enjoy writing his voice quite a bit, so it's hard to pick.
Do you guys have favorites? Would it be your own character or someone else in the...
Go on.
Jamie. Love Jamie.
Why is that?
Well, Chandler's great, firstly, but in the book, I just was moved by Jamie and Mel's relationship.
There you go.
Yeah.
And did you prefer playing? I mean, you're playing two different roles essentially. Do you get a little stir crazy? Do you get a little like schizophrenic, talking to yourself in a way in this role?
I actually didn't, because I do that all the time. Like, honestly, like I talk to myself a lot, And
About
I'm
what?
an
What are
only
you talking
child,
about?
so I had to entertain. I had no friends. No, honestly, I do that a lot, and I go into different voices and accents and things like that. So at first I thought, oh, it'll be a bit of a challenge talking to myself, essentially, in quite a few scenes. But when it came to it, I actually really loved it, you know, because not only is it something that I'm just very used to anyway, but also when you know what the line readings are going to be every single time, I mean, it never changes.
Right.
You know, once we stuck to a certain recording, a certain take, that was it. That was our guide.
Sure.
So I had the same recording every single time, and it meant that it really freed me up to try different things and to play about with the scene, and it was kind of up to me to take it in a different direction, and so I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
I have a provocative question that I would not be able to get away with from Kelly Lower 16. Saoirse, who is a better kisser, Jake or Max?
I have never been asked that question. I've never been asked
We
that.
get asked that question.
Well, it is an epic
which doesn't make
romance.
sense.
New ground here
That's true.
today.
That's true.
Is it a tie? Are you? I mean, they won't be hurt. They'll be fine.
I think their feelings
Yeah,
will
Saoirse,
be
we won't be hurt.
desperately hurt.
Totally fine.
They're very talented kissers.
But they're both terrible.
They're awful
Equally
kissers.
horrible.
They are terrible. We got a lip double in for both of them.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know
We
what
did
it's
far
like
too
to
many
kiss either of
times, I
them.
think.
Right.
Yeah, far too much
It
time.
was,
Right.
I don't need to go there.
Hey,
They didn't need to know
so
that.
get those guys off set.
Bit
Classy,
awkward.
dude. Come on, for once.
Secrets of the set. No, we got rid of them.
I've never seen in a film so much. I mean, a lot of wonderful romantic scenes, but the scenes that also begin with someone being slapped or hit in the face.
I knew you were going to say that. It either begins or ends with like you getting.
Punched,
Bitten in
bitten,
the-
headbutted.
Does
Me
that happen
getting
often in your
punched.
romantic relationships, Max, where a woman just slaps you right out?
I'm getting used to it more and more. Apparently I might be doing something wrong, but
Or maybe you're doing something really right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Hostianer, which I'm totally mispronouncing. For Max, how difficult was it for you to hide your British accent? A lot of accents changing around in this group, so
it was quite difficult. It was quite difficult. I find accents quite tricky. Lots of time with the dialect coach sitting in front of a mirror making strange shapes with your mouth. But I think I got it done, but there was talk that Jared was going to be English for a while, which to me made no sense whatsoever.
right.
But yeah, that idea was being floated around, but I'm glad he was American.
My sense is, Saoirse, that accents come to you pretty easily. Is that fun for you to? Is it fun and easy and rewarding to take on different accents?
Yeah, it is. I love it. I've only ever done accents that aren't my own, and I think for me, it just helps me to separate myself from the character, you know. And also, I mean, you know, I was born in New York, so I grew up for the first few years of my life, and then when we moved back to Ireland as well, with American television and
Right.
you know, American pop culture. So I was surrounded by those kind of sounds, and my dad, you know, his friends and my mom's friends were American over there too. So so I had those kind of sounds from a very early age, and so I think I was just open then to hearing English sounds, and I love accents. I love hearing new accents, and you know, within one country, within England, you can go from like Yorkshire to Newcastle to London to wherever, and the same in Ireland. So to have those kind of variations, I love it. It's a very musical thing. I think it can be very technical at the start, but
Sure.
it becomes very musical as you go on. So.
How long have you been working on this fake Irish drum? 'Cause you're really good at it.
A while. I'm getting there. I'm
I'm
getting
kind
there.
of buying it.
Are you? Well, from an Irish person.
Yeah,
who's
obviously.
putting on an American.
It's taken me 30 years to drop my
You know,
Irish accent.
it's intimidating for me right now to be sitting here with you.
A lot of questions about the potential of, obviously this is the hope is this is a franchise. I know we've talked before about your efforts in writing a book. I mean, here's a specific question from one fan. For the cast, if the host had a sequel, would you want to be part of it again? Very simple. So that's an appealing prospect to be part of a franchise that continues.
Yeah,
think so.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, do you put a bug in Stephenie's ear, or Stephenie, do you give them clues? I mean, does everybody kind of play coy and play kind of cool? Like, we're not going to talk too much about it.
We don't know what's going on.
She's a steel trap.
We've tried, when we were on set, you know, we would say to Stephenie, so here's the second book coming
I
along
do
there.
occasionally threaten them. I was teasing Jake that I was going to make Ian one-armed, so he had to like walk around like this the whole time and have a CGI stump.
No more guitar playing
It
for
actually
you,
keeps me in
Jake.
line. I know. I play with my
Oh,
feet.
All the
no.
horrible things
Gosh
I can do
darn
here.
it.
I'd find a way.
Fiction.
Please let me have all my limbs.
Yeah.
Please, I'll be nice to you. Some questions about what separated the host from other movies you've worked on in the past. I mean, is there a different style that, again, Andrew's set design, the look of the film has a very specific feel. I mean, at the end of the day, what would you, when you look back at this shoot, what separated it from some of your other experiences? What made it unique?
Well, I think every movie is different. Every movie in itself is unique. But for me, sci-fi is incredible because, you know, everything's heightened. Every reality is heightened, and the characters are heightened. So for an actor, your imagination can run wild. And it was strange for me because I came from a French film playing Marie Antoinette in Versailles, literally, and then being a seeker, alien seeker in the desert of New Mexico. So it couldn't be more unique.
Totally, totally. I love these kind of absurd but awesome hypotheticals. Okay, from Ariana, do you think any of you would survive the invasion? How would you fare? This is important stuff.
Yeah, pretty confident.
Really?
I think if William Hurt was around, we'd be fine.
Follow
Just
William.
like a little,
Totally fine.
a little pocket William Hurt to carry around with us. We'd be
Why does he have to
okay.
be small? He can be full
Even you could just press a button and
And he
it'd
gets
give
big.
you words of wisdom to get you through.
He'd be like Siri
You'd be
on
all
the
right.
iPhone.
Totally.
William.
I would buy a phone that talked to me with William Hurt's voice. Who do you think is least well equipped for when the crap hits the fan? Who would you not want to follow into battle when? It's okay. You can say it, Saoirse.
I would say Maximilian.
Hey,
No.
I've yet to prove myself. I'm fine with that.
I don't.
Why
You'd
do you
be
say
great
that?
in other ways. You'd be great company. You'd be really great.
While we're going down, it'd be funny to be around you.
Right.
You know, if there was someone else who was the leader and we could follow them, I'd be happy
Explain
to.
yourself. Explain
You're
yourself.
very pleasant as a person. It's just when
Let's
it
go to the
comes
negative stuff. Yeah.
leading the way.
Well, Max is
I've
very.
been running
I
around
don't
in the
know what-
desert being all English.
I don't know whether I.
Bloody hell.
That's what it is. Yeah.
God, this is that far off racism. Okay? I'm sick
Excuse
of
me,
not
I'm
walk.
Irish.
Stay where you
I'm
are.
allowed to do that. I think.
The Empire was a long time ago, Sasha. We've apologised for it.
Wasn't that long ago.
Max, you just need to prove yourself for the future. This is the beginning of a long, beautiful friendship, hopefully.
Yeah, wow. You really like each other, huh?
Max is
He's
convinced he
half
can
Irish,
can
so
easily
it's
fashion a
fine.
bow and arrow out of a twig and cat guts and hunt squirrels with it. That's his plan.
We've had this. We've been doing this tour for
Yeah.
a long, long time.
Clearly.
Yeah. Yes, cat guts. See, I know.
Be a
these
good
things.
bow and arrow.
Cat guts are very
Did
good
you,
to use.
did you not
Naturally.
just make that up?
Josh, move on. Where did you do?
Next question.
Okay, fine, fair enough. This is actually from another one from Ariana. She has a lot of good questions. What's your favorite thing about your characters? Okay, end of the day, that trait that you admire in your character, Jake. What do you think?
I like that he's the good guy and gets to kiss the girl.
He's a simple guy, really.
Simple man.
Pleasures. Yeah.
Pleasure.
Simple needs.
Simply met.
Yeah.
Max, what about you? I mean, your character's a little bit more of a hothead.
Well, I was going to say,
So.
it's always nice playing characteristics you don't have. So I quite like Jared's survivability.
And that he's a leader and
And
competent,
he's a leader
and
himself.
yeah.
He can win fights.
I mean,
And
it costs me.
And gets to kiss the girl.
Is there anything that you, Diane, like admire or enjoy about your character? Because she's not exactly the life of the party.
No. Well, I guess she's very focused. That's something that is admirable, I
Yeah,
guess.
is there anything you actually like about her?
She's got good style.
Kind of me.
She's very clean.
Yes.
You know,
rocked the
yeah, the
white
focus. Suit. Well, you know, I like her journey in this film.
Yes. You get to play a lot of different shades. Not
Yes.
to ruin anything, but
No,
there's some good twists and turns. And for you, Saoirse, do you have a preference between the two? I was going to say two women, one woman and one soul that you get to play. I mean, do you enjoy playing Wanda more than Melanie, or vice versa?
I think I prefer Melanie, to be honest. Just because I loved playing Wanda, and I loved how pure she is and what a kind of beautiful soul she is. But at the same time, I haven't really had much of a chance to play someone who's so human and so kind of feisty and very much a fighter. And And so after playing Melanie, which was for a very short period of time compared to the amount of time I played Wanda for, I was kind of desperate to do that, you know, and that was the kind of thing then that I was looking out for, was someone who just had a bit of, I don't know, fight in them.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Stephenie, I know we talked before about the cave scenes being something that you were obviously excited to see, and when I saw them on the big screen, they look great. Just a great vision again. Was that something at the end of the day when you see this on the big screen? Is that the kind of the pinch me moment, the goosebumps that you feel as a writer seeing your work realized on the screen? What are a couple of moments?
It's one of them. The reveal on the caves, the wheat fields. It's all. I mean, so Andrew, so perfect, and just unlike anything else you really had seen.
Right.
But then there are other moments that just where it kind of, for me, when it takes you back to how I visualize something, it's always gives you a little chills when you see that.
Sure. Now, do you guys generally, I mean, one of the things that's really fascinating about this film, and in a way there is a similarity, I'm going to use the word once, a Twilight similarity, in that there's sympathy towards the aliens in this, and you created, obviously, vampires in Twilight that many of whom you empathize with, you feel for. So in this story, do you guys empathize with the souls or the humans, or can you empathize with both? Because it's unusual to see kind of like a movie like this where you're actually feeling for the aliens in a way.
Well, I think
choose a side.
What's very interesting about it really is that the fact that you have to even ask that question. There aren't really any bad guys in this, you know. Apart from Diane's character.
Hey!
Well, she's alright,
She's so
but she's a
mean.
bit mean. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is that what's very interesting about this brilliant story that Stephenie's created is that the baddies, in our opinion, are the ones who are trying to right our wrongs.
Right.
And so, of course, it's a threat to us because they see us as the problem and essentially kill us. But their goal is to perfect the world and make it a more harmonious place. And ultimately, they are good. I mean, they are better than us.
Sure.
Morally, you know.
Right.
Pretty boring, though.
Pretty boring.
They are. Well, that's the thing as well, is that it's all the passion, all the human passion and emotion is gone. So.
There you go. Just to remind the audience, you were hanging out with us. This is a Google Hangout. And I've got the cast and creator of the host. Please keep tweeting your questions, hashtag the host live, because we're live. Okay, for you, Jake, question from Modest Gentleman.
Sounds like we'd be friends, man.
In the past, you've acted mostly as the villain. How does it feel to act as a good guy?
I said it. I got to kiss the girl. Feels pretty good.
Are you done with bad guys?
Oh no, I hope not. They're incredibly fun to play, right, Diane? No, it's really fun. It's nice to have some variety.
Yeah,
it's definitely nice to change it up a little bit and play some different colors.
Totally,
which is great.
A fun random question. What's your favorite song at the moment? Totally random, but this is telling.
I love that song. It's in the movie, right? But it's radioactive. I can't get it out of my head.
That's a good sign.
I love it.
That's good. Anyone else have any votes? Anything you're totally into right now?
The Way We Move by Langhorne Slim and the Law.
Okay.
Django, but the whole album. I can't think of any particular songs, but the whole album.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see, we got that one already. Okay, for Saoirse, honestly though, this is from Annecy. This is to be important. Okay, she doesn't want you lying like
yeah,
you're
the truth.
Honestly, who's better at playing the guitar, Jake or Max?
This guy.
I feel like I'm putting Max down a lot now, though.
I'm used to
So
it.
she's gonna win out of pity, isn't
Jake,
it?
Jake is. Jake's been playing it for longer, though. I think, haven't you?
You got a head start.
A little bit.
You and Boyd had a little
Band.
They had a little jam sesh almost every day.
We weren't asked along.
We weren't. We were going to make our own band. Do you remember?
I was going to be on the maracas.
With the medic. With the
It's a weird band.
I thought that was the name of the band for a second. Medics.
That's a good name, actually.
And I was doing interpretive dance.
You were an interpretive dance. What was I going to do?
He was handing on Advil at the same time. People listening to it.
So speaking of dancing, there's some dancing in the rain, and more importantly, there's some kissing in the rain. I think at least twice. I think there are two scenes. You blocked
I'm
it
gonna
out?
cop
I
that.
forgot.
We don't kiss in the film, right?
No, it happened a few times.
Okay.
What are the challenges for young thespians out there that want to kiss in the rain, of maintaining your composure?
Don't
of playing
wear a
cool?
white T-shirt.
Were you watching like The Notebook on a loop before? What was your inspiration?
Bit of Spider-Man, bit of Notebook.
Late night
I
fantasy.
don't know what to say.
Dear darling.
It was very cold. I remember that. It's freezing.
The water was really cold. There was I think we did a few kisses in the rain, and I remember on the same day there was a second one, and that was freezing cold because that was at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I just love that, like, you know, we basically just tell poor Jamie to F off into the trailer, into the little caravan, so we can, you know,
Do your thing.
start making out outside in the rain.
He's not ready. Okay, so I feel badly, Max. I'm trying to be nice to you, but
No,
here's
Josh,
another
it's fine, I'm
question.
used to it, man.
We've talked about the dancing before, but here's somebody that wants to know: is Max a good dancer? How would we assess?
Who are you asking, Max?
It is technically to. Yeah, let's start with you, Max.
I'm a brilliant dancer.
When Max was younger, right, he said to us one day, "Oh yeah, I won this dance competition when I was younger," and so we thought, okay, maybe when he was about 17. It was, what age were you? 10?
12.
And he won this dance competition, and the music that he picked to dance to was a Grease
The Grease
mega mix.
Sure, that's
Yeah.
what you would do.
And what kind of dance? did you do?
Breakdancing, swing.
It was a bit of breakdancing, bit of swing.
Breakdancing,
But I
bit
beat
of
this
swing.
kid called Tarquin Wong, who was this amazing gymnast and champion diver.
At 12.
He had all the moves, all the flexibility.
Yeah.
Beat him.
We have a message
Charisma.
for
Olympic gold
Tarquin.
medalist.
Tarquin? Was it-
Tarquin Wong, if you're watching, I'll never forget.
He's a wonderful dancer.
When you were 12, I beat you.
And I beat him with charisma. Josh.
Right.
Because it wasn't my move.
So I don't even know where to go from there.
I don't know if we got an answer out of that. I don't know.
I don't
if
know
we
either. Yeah. So,
sort of-
decided
yeah.
well, did you guys? What do you guys do on your downtime on a set like this? I mean, was there a lot
swing
of
dance.
you swing dance, karaoke
Jake
involved?
plays guitar to us.
You play guitar.
Yeah, without us asking him to
Is that true?
as well.
What
You just
what else
get
are you
it
gonna do?
He just sidles up to us.
Oh my God, come on, not again.
Just the guy from
narrating
Road
the
to Eldorado.
You sense the move.
Another totally random one. We're into the random part of our conversation, in case you couldn't tell. From host movie fans, we know Max's favorite sci-fi movie is 2001. Is that true? Do we
Yeah,
know that?
it is, yeah.
Okay, good choice. Does he or others have a favorite movie musical? Why not?
What?
Musical.
I don't know if Dirty Dancing counts as a musical.
Yeah, that would be my choice.
That'll work.
If that wouldn't work, then either Grease or West Side Story for me.
Okay.
I like Edvig and the Angry Inch.
Wow.
I saw that on Broadway actually 3 times here.
I saw it in New Orleans,
3
Tony
times.
Theater.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Very cool.
Company.
Times
It
is
was
good.
Stephen
amazing.
Sondheim.
Very cool.
That's a nice one.
And are you a fan at all?
A lot of them, but I like the really old school. I think my favorite's probably Meet Me in St. Louis. I've seen it like a million times. We grew up with that movie.
I'm old school. Guys and Dolls. Classic.
Guys
Check
and
it out.
Guys and Dolls.
Okay. Jake, how did you feel having to strangle Saoirse for one scene?
Loved it.
That's weird.
I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that. I have nothing witty
Remember, Jake,
or anything.
remember what I said before we started this hangout.
We're not hanging out anymore.
This is the last
If you
hangout
want,
of the
if you want
cast
that
of the
10
hosts.
bucks at the end.
I gotta be good.
Is there, okay, here's a weirdest fan response you've ever gotten. I mean, it sounds like the fans have been, by and large, coming from a good place. They're passionate. But, like, what kind of has made you step back and go, wow, I'm part of something a little crazy and awesome in the same way?
I met someone, it's again more to do with the franchise that shall not be named, but we met a fan who filed down her own teeth
What?
Why would they? No.
to look like fangs.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Just in case.
That's
Was that and was that the gymnast? Was that the one from?
nothing to do with Tarquin.
Jake and Max, do you have a celebrity crush?
Max Irons.
Jake Abel.
Doesn't count if you said it
was wrong.
first.
That's
That's
wrong.
Oh,
It's so right, though.
go on.
I can't,
You know who.
I can't do this again. It's really bad.
You know, be careful because there's a camera there.
I've done
They're
it
gonna
before.
pick
I
up
have
on
that thing about naming people on camera,
I,
as you might have noticed. No, I'm not going to say it. Jake Abel.
Max Ayers.
Well, now we have a sneak peek at the sequel to The Host. There you go. So, Stephenie, where is, again, some people have asked about the sequel. Where are you at? Are you willing to give us any hints of what we can expect in the next one? Are we going to see all these folks?
I don't want to give you any hints. I don't. I'm at the very early stages still. Yeah. 3 or 4 chapters, really long outline, my normal.
Well, can we just read the outline right here together?
I actually do not have it with me. Sorry, Josh. I totally would if I had my computer here.
Here's another question from Rosie. What do they think of the cave clothes versus the soul clothes? We've talked about the wardrobe, the very meticulous wardrobe. Did you enjoy kind of the gear of the post invasion clothing of the humans?
Yeah, it was comfy.
Yeah.
I mean, the soul. I'm so Irish. The soul clothes are really classy, and Erin Bennick, who did the costume, just did such a brilliant job with them, and it kind of reminded me of the Truman Show style, you know, which Andrew also wrote.
Right.
But then to get to wear jeans and, you know, a t-shirt was really nice as well.
So, questions about the premiere. You guys had a premiere. What do you think about when you're watching yourself? When you saw the finished film for the first time, are you the kind of actors that can separate yourself from it, or do you nitpick every little part? Like, what wowed you, or what excited you, what worried you when you saw it for the first time?
I nitpick every little part, which makes it quite tough. But I'm told it's a good thing to try and do.
Right. I don't want to be too cocky. I nailed it again. That's what I do with my interviews. I just watch it. What a great follow-up.
There's a little screen right down there so we can watch.
I'm just staring at myself right now. So what about you? Are you kind of tough on yourself, or do you enjoy?
I've gotten into a habit of not really watching them, to be honest. I don't really like watching films that I've been in. Even if they have turned out well, I'm happy enough to know that the director's happy with it, and hopefully people like it, and you know, everyone who made it is happy with how it turned out. But I'd prefer not to, I know that sounds awful, but for me it's just really more about the experience of actually being on set and working on the film, and so everything afterwards is, you know, for someone else.
Sure. I mean, that being said, it must be fun, especially, I would think, for you, Stephenie, to see, again, at the premiere and other screenings, to see people react to this that was just in your brain a few years ago. That's
the most fun. I mean, when we were at the last one, I was watching everyone's reactions more than the movie. I was kind of down the aisle. I had my kids with me for the first time, and watching them sort of, you know, respond to it, and then you look over the aisle and saw someone sobbing. I don't know, maybe she just got a really bad news on her phone. But for me, she was sobbing because of Saoirse's performance, and I was excited about it.
Last question, I think, as we wrap up this wonderful hangout. Again, we're gonna go from. Is this your actual account, Jake? No, you didn't tweet this, did you?
You got caught out.
Can from Mr. Jake Abel, can Max sing some Bieber, please?
Yes. Oh my God.
Is that really you?
Oh. Do it.
Did you really? Oh my God.
What are you gonna sing? Sing Boyfriend. That's the only song of his that I like.
It could be a medley. It could be.
I'll do it. Come on. With Jake.
Do it.
I think that the tweeter wanted you to do it by yourself.
Are you saying no to a fan right now?
I'll sing Boyfriend with you.
Oh, goodness.
Here we go.
You know, we've done a dramatic reading of Boyfriend before.
That was a warm-up act. Now, here we go.
It should have been.
See, I actually don't know the lyrics.
If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go.
I love you so much.
You know.
Now doesn't want to do
I
it.
just watch his videos. I don't really listen
I just admire his art.
Do you do it while eating fondue?
Yeah.
On your own.
Well,
Throwing arrows at
There is
Selena
a
Gomez's
strange
face.
connection to the movie, the shiny chrome lotuses, that me and the Beeps.
This has been the most stressful interview.
no, this has been wonderful.
Sorry, can he sing it though?
No.
Before we go.
No.
Sing the
Oh
song.
my God,
Come on, 3,
poor
He's asking you to sing.
swag.
Jake, fantastic.
All
Congratulations.
right, I'm going to bail out Max because he's been abused enough. Thank you, guys. Congratulations on The Host. Opens March 29th. Thanks for all your questions, guys. We'll see you in theaters March 29th. See you at The Host. We'll be there.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You did it.
You're an ass.